Arcee, 44 years old. I grew up in the Northeast, no city called Lawrence, Massachusetts. It had its heyday back in the Civil War days. I was recruited out of the Navy back in September 4th, 1990. I was there for 24 years. Prior to that, I grew up in a very poor neighborhood in the city. Grew up in public housing, and there were a lot of things there that, you know, it was good times. I mean, I had good times there growing up, but I also had some bad times. And throughout the years, and now that I reflect back, it's funny because I'm a churchgoer. I go to church just about every Sunday. And we had a great pastor that came in. He's apologetic from India named Ravi Zacharias. He visited our church, Idaho Baptist Church, some months ago, I think it was. And he presented a story that I found very, very interesting. And it kind of explained something that happened in my life. He said he got a call one day from a doctor. And the doctor was worried because he was doing work on a patient. The surgeon was doing work on a patient as he was sticking his hand in the patient's rib cage. As he took his hand out, even with the glove, he got a little cut. Now the patient that he was working on was HIV infected. And he got a little cut. He was working on a patient that's HIV, that can contaminate the body, and possibly he can contract HIV himself. So he went, he washed it as good as he could. He said, you know what, now I gotta go call my friend Ravi Zacharias and ask him to pray for me. Something that Ravi Zacharias, when he mentioned that story, I thought about something that my paper cut, my cut. And that was pornography at the age of 12. I'm sorry if I get a little emotional to talk about this, but at the age of 12, that was the earliest time of my life that I remember seeing a naked body. And from then on, that was my contaminant, my weakness, my desire. It affected me all through childhood. No dad around. Mom was out to herself. Those are bad times. Now, this all lasted all through my career in the military. Had my ups and my lows. But this thing called pornography, the Goliath of our times right now, I just couldn't find no way to get rid of it. I was always compelled to look at women. I was actually disrespecting them. I didn't care whether if they were mothers or somebody's daughter or somebody's aunt or somebody's cousin or whatever. I just, that's just the way, a depraved mind will open those type of doors to the lie. There's two paths we choose. One is the truth. The other one is the lie. Sometimes the lie can be covered up real good with bushes and parties and things you see on commercials. Partying and drinking and having fun and popping mollies and what these kids are doing now, right? One thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And I didn't want that for my life anymore. Because I myself, I have a daughter who's 20 years old right now. And she's the apple of my eye. And I have my wife. And throughout the years, I disrespected her. I lost my credibility. I lost my trust. I lost friends. I lost love for myself. I gained weight. I lost hope. I lost faith. Before I go on telling you the story, today I did just a little bit of research that I kind of want everybody to have in the forefront of their minds. Pornography is the Goliath of our days, right now. We dug this up from Fight the New Drug. We call it the new drug, pornography. Porn sites receive more regular traffic than Netflix, Amazon, and Twitter combined. 35% of all internet downloads are porn related. 34% of internet users have been exposed to unwanted porn via ads, pop-ups, etc. Porn increased marital infidelity by 300%. Just recently, there was Ashley Madison. That's a website that people go to cheat on their spouse. It got hacked and a whole bunch of people were exposed. A lot of them government officials, a lot of them CEOs, probably pastors of churches. Everybody gets caught up, right? It's a lie. Pornography is a lie. 30% of all data transfer across the internet is porn related. Right? The most common female role in porn is women in their 20s portraying teenagers. And child porn is one of the fastest growing businesses, online businesses. And so 624,000 child porn traders have been discovered online in the U.S. And approximately 55% of teen girls living on the streets have engaged in prostitution. And child porn is a $3 billion industry. Right? It's disgusting. Anyways, I know I kind of over-elaborated on a lot of stuff, went over my time, but I just felt that this was very important. And it's really near and dear to my heart because I want to win the respect of women. I want women out there to stop being looked at as second-class citizens. Now we're looking at a woman president. Y'all are so focused and beautiful. That's the way, if you read the Bible for yourself, Jesus himself always looked at women as first-class citizens, queens, princesses, rulers. That's who you are. And that's what I want you to be. Thank you.